Hey guys, Missy from Graceful Little Honeybee here, and I am about to put on a batch of slow cooker chicken broth, so I thought I would show you guys how I do it. Let's go. And I just bought a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, took all the meat off, and I have placed that in my slow cooker. And then I also have in my freezer bags of scraps with chicken bones and onion skins, celery, carrot scraps, stuff like that. So I'm gonna dump that in from my freezer. And you wanna fill it as much as you can, so I'm just gonna press it down here a little bit. And I think what I'm gonna do is chop up some carrots to add on top of that and maybe some garlic. So I have roughly chopped about 8 carrots, and with broth, all you're going for is flavor, so you don't have to worry about peeling your carrots. You can use the ends and everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put those on the top here. And then I've also roughly chopped about 5 cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna put that in here too. And then now we are going to cover everything with water. And I want to get as much as I possibly can out of this batch, so I fill it all the way until where your lid goes on the slow cooker with water. And then this stuff that's out of the water will cook down and go down into the liquid. So I'm just going to put my lid on here, set it on low, and between 12 to 24 hours, whenever I have the time, I will come back and finish this up. So this has been cooking for about 18 hours, and I've got a large mixing bowl and a fine mesh strainer, and I am just going to strain the broth and throw away the scraps. Alright, so this is still really hot, and I am going to let it cool a little bit and then put it in the refrigerator today so that all the fat that is in here can harden on the top, and we're going to skim that off later today. So I just got this broth out of the refrigerator, and it has been cooling all day, and as you can see, there is a layer of solid fat on the top. So I'm just going to gently, I have a big slotted, well, it's not slotted, it's just got holes in it, spoon here, and I'm going to get as much of the fat as I can off, skim it off here, and then I am going to ladle my broth into mason jars and freeze them in the freezer. Now, if you don't want to use mason jars because you're concerned about them breaking, then you can use any freezer-safe container. You can use a freezer-safe Tupperware. I've seen people freeze them in ice cube trays and then pop them out and put them in freezer bags so that they just have a little bit at a time. Or you could freeze them flat in a freezer bag, but I don't have problems with the mason jars breaking yet, so I prefer to use mason jar. And I'm not gonna be able to get every single speck of fat, and that's okay. I just want to get most of it so you don't have a greasy broth. So now I am going to ladle my broth into the jars. So I ended up with almost 5 pints of broth, and then I picked these lids up at Walmart in the canning section. They are just lids, reusable lids for your mason jars. They're not for canning, they're just for storing in the fridge or in your freezer. So I'm just going to pop these on here, label my broth, and then I'm gonna put them in my freezer.